and happy brisket day, you guys. Let's get into it. Welcome back, my home cooks and chef. Thanks for joining my class. Today we're gonna be doing something really good. We're gonna be celebrating National Brisket Day. Now, Brisket Day is gonna be tomorrow, but today I'm gonna be setting you guys up to show you a very simple way to do a brisket. So I'm gonna show you how to smoke and season this brisket in a perfect way. All right, you guys. So let's get into seasoning it next. So first things first is with a brisket, you gotta know your seasonings. So in this class, I'm gonna tell you what I use. So you can use some fajita seasoning from Fajita Fiesta. This is one seasoning I love to use. Lawry steakhouse seasoning. Black pepper, guys. Of course, black pepper is preferred, but black pepper, you guys. I'm just gonna have a lot of black pepper on it. For those that don't want black pepper, you can scale it back. And our binder today will be garlic oil. I love garlic on my beef, so this is what we're gonna slather it with before we do it. So let's start with that first. So just add a little bit in. Now, if you wonder where to get this from, you can actually get this from your local Asian store. They have a lot of these infused oils. So just rub it in. This brisket has already been washed, so just doing the first side like that. So I'm gonna put the rest of it on the other side once I flip it over. But let me start the seasoning first. The first thing first is I want to season it with my fajita seasoning. So put a generous amount on it. Go all the way down. Go all the way back. All right, you guys, so you can get on the sides. Now, one thing I do love is brisket. Now, you're probably wondering, like, man, I didn't even see you trim it. No, what I'm going to do is show you that you don't have to trim it. Now, I trim sometimes, but you don't have to trim it. Even though with all the fat, it can still render down. Not as render down as much, but it can actually get soft enough to cut or whatever like that. And this is something I like to do. Like, you don't always have to just trim it down. A lot of that's for a lot of barbecue contests, barbecue, stuff like that. But for a basic family, you don't trim off your meat. You know what I'm saying? You don't trim it off. Now, you can trim off some if you like or whatever like that. But, as I'm going, I'm going to explain that. So next, Lawry seasoning. I know everybody's saying, oh, this is a newfound thing. But actually, we've been using Lawry seasoning, from day one. So, Franklin Barbecue, it ain't nothing new. Mind you, he's a little youngster thinking he knew something, but he actually copied off of the previous owner, and he just, did his thing. But, it's cool. I mean, all y'all, that like Franklin, nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's never one method to barbecue. You guys, it's always, everybody has their own method to how they do things. So next, this is where you come in with the black pepper, you guys. Now, I said I'm going to use it thick. I am. I'm going to use it very thickly. Mind you, this is a large piece of meat. This is over 14 pounds of meat. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a while in the smoker to penetrate. So put as much as possible. Press it down. Make sure you push in the seasoning. Hope you guys are sticking with me so far. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? I can get back with you. I always like to get back with you all. So just push it down. Now, the reason for not trimming, just so I can explain it, because a lot of people want to know, like, is because there's not always a need for it. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing it, like the way I'm going to be doing smoking and stuff like that, it's going to need its fat. You know what I'm saying? Even though in this one, it also too depends on how big and how thick the deco is on your brisket. Now I'm going to leave this on here, but when I'm done with it, I'm going to take it out. But right now it houses it in the meat, for moisture. So that's one key. So it actually protects the meat. So a lot of people don't really understand it. They just say, oh, I'm going to take it off, it's fatty or whatever like that. But you can take it off in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So it's going to cut off at the end. Once it rendered down, what I'm looking for is what's under that, the deco. So next we're going to actually apply the same way again. Add the oil in. This is garlic oil, like I said, garlic. Now, you don't have to. You can use whatever binder you like. This is just what a binder I like because I love a lot of garlic, especially on my beef. Just move it around. Make sure it's evenly coated around. And next, follow the same steps. Use the fajita seasoning. So go down. This fajita seasoning has a lot of SPG, salt, pepper, and garlic in it. So I love that for it. And it's really a fine salt, so it'll penetrate, really good. And like I said, next you want to do is add in your seasoning salt. Just go down your seasoning salt. All right, lift it on the sides. Make sure you got it on the sides. Now, if you notice, I didn't do that to every one of them because I don't need it on the sides necessarily. That's just overkill on your seasoning, So just wanted to let you know that. But certain areas that you know that the most bulkiest of type of meat, that's where you season it at. And that's it. And so last but not least, like I said, we're doing heavy black pepper. Come all the way down. Season it good. Now, how are you going to be celebrating your brisket, National Brisket Day? You see, I already started ahead of time because this is going to be ready for tomorrow. So always don't do it the day of. It's not going to be ready. So that's what we're doing it the day before National Brisket Day, so I can be ready like that. And just pat it down as much as you can. What you can do, you can if you like. Some people like to let it sit. So, if you want to start it, in the future, before, the day you want to do it, we'll marinate it. Have it sit in the salt. Now that we're done seasoning it, I'm about to be ready to take it outside and put it on a smoker. So let's go outside. All right, so now what we're gonna learn is how to put a brisket on a pellet smoker. Now, this is a pellet smoker. It's a Weber smoke fire. What I want to do is put my brisket on a chop rack. What you want to do is, if you notice that the temperature is on cold, is because you get the most bellowing of smoke in the beginning. So what I did was I filled the little hopper up halfway, in the auger area, halfway, so it can give you that first, hard smoke so it can penetrate, because after a while, as the cooking goes on, it just stops, absorbing the smoke. So you want to get your first smoke in the beginning. So everything is cold, everything is off right now, because right now we're going to be working on how to penetrate the smoke. So what I'm going to do is put it on the top level of it, away from the fire as much as possible. And we're going to put the temperature on the the lowest setting of this pellet smoker, which is going to be 200 degrees. And all we're going to do is we're going to let it stay in for about 3 hours, check on it, and come back to it, and see how well the bark is, and, I'll see you when we do that, when we come on back. You guys, so this is called cold smoking. So what I'm doing is building up the smoke, the first beginnings of the bellowing of the smoke in the beginning, so all of the smoke can absorb into the brisket, because at a certain point, it has a stall where it's no longer be able to smoke to go in. So we see how smoky it is. You get the first smoke in, and we're gonna let it keep doing this and let it come to temp, and let's get a bark on 200 degrees. So what I did was bump it up. You can bump it up gradually to 225 or 250, but I actually put it on 250. So the brisket looking pretty good. So this is as far as the bark going. Now we're about to render the fat down. So that's why I'm gonna turn up the temperature. All right, so we see everything got a good color, a little yellow on the fat and everything like that. So we're in ripe area. So now it's about that time to start bumping up the temperature. So I'll see you in probably an hour. I'm gonna check on it. All right, you guys, so get ready to unwrap this brisket. I wasn't able to show you me wrapping it up. Had to take it off the pit, have a little up, little flame spike, but took it off. I did get the inner temperature in to that I liking to about 203 degrees and stuff like that. But I finished it off in the oven because it started raining and pouring down outside. So, you got to use backup. So I'm gonna show you with me unraveling it up. A lot of oil. All right. So tuck it up, take it out. All right, I'm about to fast forward this and pause it. All righty, so we see it's jiggly. Follow the bone. What? I can barely touch it without it feeling like it's about to fall apart. But we can see it jiggling. The jello's jiggling. It did good, you guys. I'm about to take it out and put it. Flip it out. Flip it over. Look at that bad boy. Look at that. Who said you can't make a good brisket? But like I said, happy brisket day. Let me get my little knife and give a slice to it. We'll cut it down the middle. See what it looks like. Ooh, cut like butter. Dang, that looks so buttery. Look at that. Let's open it up, you guys. Make sure I slice it up. Check it out. What y'all think? Do it look good? Look at that. Ooh, look at that, guys. See that mug is running. What y'all think? What y'all think? Ooh, look at this. You see that smoke ring? Man, looking good. So let me cut it. Ooh, look at drip. Try to do the bend test. Man. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Did it pass the bend test, guys? Did it pass the bend test? That bad boy is melty. All right. Let me cut a little piece. You know, let's see how it tastes. All right, pretty good. Yeah. Take it up here. Yep. Man. You see that bad boy? So, hope you guys enjoyed it. The description below, what I used. Hope you follow along with it. So, it stayed in the oven for about a good, wrapped up. I think it was like 5 hours wrapped up in the oven on 350 degrees. And it came out this soft, guys. Make sure you do this probe tender and everything like that. Came to the temperature perfectly. I'm gonna show you again. See how juicy that bad boy is. Whew, it's jiggling. And mind you, I did not trim it, guys. The fat rendered out perfectly. Got a little fatty, a little lean. Look, everything is done. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm your chef, KC, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy Brisket Day, you guys. And see you in the next class.